Geese fly snow dust the Chugach mountaintops. Using a white cane, Felicia walks with her instructor in Cuddy Park.
Felicia, what would you like to learn?
I want to be able to get around town and get back and forth to work and go places and do things just like I always have.
Providence Hospital in Anchorage.
I came to Alaska in March of 2004.
Meet Felicia, the lab's chemistry technical specialist.
Around the time I moved up here, when I went to go get my driver's license renewed, I passed the written test on the first time but failed the vision test.
Felicia enters the lab.
It was just getting harder and harder for me to read on the computer and read library books. I can't read the newspaper anymore. And I'm all of 52 at the moment, and I'm not ready to retire yet.
Felicia talks with a coworker, uses a handheld magnifier to read the large touchscreen monitor, and then assesses the working order of oversized lab machines. She adjusts her video magnifier.
They suggested that I seek some extra help from the Center for the Blind. It was really quite amazing because there's so much technology out there that I never had a clue was available. So it immediately put my mind at ease that I now did not have to retire by the end of the summer or anything like that. They made me feel very much at home. They didn't make me feel like I was different because I couldn't see. The people there, it was very inspiring to see what they can do, even though some of them are very visually impaired themselves. So that just gave me a really great sense of hope. I'm in charge of making sure that all of the techs have had proper training on running the equipment. I take care of problems in the laboratory. It's got the inserts in it. I've got this great big monitor now, and I can actually see the icons, and I don't have to go getting out all kinds of magnifiers so that I can see it, and I don't have to be like this far away from the computer to be able to read. It'll actually separate out into the hemoglobin fractions in here. It'll come out. It's challenging. There's never a dull moment. Every day is something different. Pretty much every day I can say I learned something new. I hope to be able to work, hopefully until I'm at least 60 or so, and then I'd like to retire and go traveling.
Meet Agnes and Bob, an Alaskan mother and son.
I came to Alaska in the spring of 1946, and I've been here ever since. We were married in 1947. We had 9 children, and Bob here, the first son.
Agnes holds a family photo.
In 2003, I noticed what I call a veil in front of my eyes, and I just wondered what it was.
As soon as we found out that this was a real thing and it wasn't going to go away and there was no real cure for it, we called a family meeting, and we had the representative from the Center for the Blind come over, and she was a godsend. Immediately, started tasking it out, the benefit of a big family, assignments, and somebody did the library for the visually impaired, somebody else did something else, and so the assignments went out and came back and it got done.
The retinologist diagnosed my condition of my eyes with macular degeneration.
Agnes pours coffee in her kitchen.
I have glaucoma and I'm medicating that. Right now the eyes are stable and holding their own.
We changed the phone out.
Hello.
We got bigger numbers.
She looks at a large numeral clock.
Mom could still cook, and she could still wash and clothes and stuff like that because she had those little aids. That little raised button significantly improves your life.
She feels for a bump dot on the oven and washing machine and on the dryer to set its time.
We had some crazy talking rooster watch that drove us all nuts. I think it's underneath a cup in the china cabinet. It's still looking to get out.
Agnes settles into her cozy chair beside the tape player.
Yeah. Well, I have the talking books. Sometimes if you're apt to doze off and then you miss part of it, so you might have to rewind to find out the meat of the story.
The center has provided an outlet. She's not homebound then. She's also being able to interact with others that have the same problems.
Well, I think for me it's meeting the people that go there, the social contact.
A volunteer hugs Agnes at the center.
The center coming in and opening the door even more,
Right.
and putting those fears down. I think just giving everybody a comfort level that we didn't have, because we were just as anxious as anybody else hearing the news.
Friends talk around the table. Agnes learns how to use a liquid level indicator.
It tells me when I've reached the top.
A woman uses a Sherlock.
A half a teaspoon of pepper.
Okay, so this is the pepper.
That's the pepper, and then you have the 1 teaspoon of salt. And now we're gonna
A Sherlock reads pre-recorded tags. Agnes pumps the handle of an onion chopper.
You know, as long as the macular stays in check where it's at right now, I think that's good. If it deteriorates, then we have to cross that bridge at that time.
Agnes tries out the liquid level indicator with a glowing smile.
For the future, I hope to be able to do what I'm doing now, because I think I'm doing quite well. I appreciate the Center for the Blind. It might have gotten me over a hurdle or two that I didn't really think I had.
You can't buy this kind of support that we have received from the center.
Felicia's reflection appears on a glassy lake.
There's still an awful lot of other things we can do if you give us the proper equipment and help.
She walks to a flower bed and leans in to smell the fragrance. A young boy throws a ball and his dog bounds into the lake after it.
Hey, can we play with you too?
Yeah.
All right, Willie, go catch.
Felicia tosses the ball.
We're still a very vital part of the society. We can still continue to do our jobs. We can continue to make an impact on society as a whole.
Felicia walks with her center instructor out of the park and into the future. Alaska Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Courage, adventure, hope. Thanks for sharing their stories, Agnes and Bob Walsh, Felicia Chekai. Special thanks to Providence Alaska Medical Center, James Chambers Welch, Manager Lab Outreach and Support. Produced by Taylor Productions, Director and Producer Francine Lestufka Taylor. Audio description voice Francine Lestufka Taylor. Audio description script Kimberly Blackstock. Project Manager Carla Jutzi. Director of Photography Jonathan Butsky, Talking Circle Media. Editor Timothy Bowes. Copyright 2008.